The coalition of political parties has released video evidence of alleged perpetrators behind the attack on the residence of its spokesperson, Ikenga in Okokwa, Idato North local government area of Imo State. The co-spokesperson for the coalition, Mark Adebayo, stated this on Thursday in a press conference in Abuja.
They first took out all the CCTV cameras they could see in the compound. They were armed to the teeth with guns, machetes, and charms. They believably had information that Ikenga was around when they struck. When they could not find him, they terrorized the occupants in his house, robbed them, destroyed property, and planted incriminating items in the house. We will show you the evidence shortly. Gentlemen, the part of this third attack that shocked us and made our hearts bleed is that some of the attackers have been identified. You will see their faces today. And sadly, serving police officers in the Imo State Police Command, at least one officer from the Police Force Intelligence and Investigation Bureau, FIB, members of the notorious and bloodthirsty Ebubiagu network of the Imo State government, and other unidentified gunmen. So you can see that as they are moving in, you can see that one of them has been identified in that arrow that you saw. And some of the noticeable, look at them, people have run and they are taking their properties. They are stealing what is left of whatever those who have run for their lives have left behind. Imagine. If you look at, I started by saying that the thief cometh not but for to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And you see what they are doing. After 2 attempts on his life, these guys are not letting off. They are not cooling down. So, from the Imo government state house, that policeman you are seeing there, they are still moving around looking for what to steal. They are still moving around looking for who to kill. They are still moving around to plant incriminating evidence or items against Ikenga so that they can nail him later for terrorism charges. Look at them. Look at them. In a state where we have government, in a state where we have law and order, in a state where we have security, you can see his face. You can see his face. Because it's a police officer. You can see his face, it's a police officer. They believe they have destroyed all the CCTV cameras, but they were just stupid by half. Because the game guy is always outsmarting them. You can see them. You can see them. Daylight. They heard he was in the house and they came again. And they came again. But the people of Idiato love Ikenga so much. Look at police. You can see police team squad. You can see AKS. Look at that. Look at that.
In the CCTV video, some men with guns, machetes, and other dangerous weapons were sighted ransacking Ikenga's residence on the 7th of February 2023. According to Adebayo, the unknown gunmen terrorized the occupants and workers in the house when they discovered Ikenga's absence. In a SOS message, the national spokesperson of the coalition of united political parties, Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere, has again raised the alarm as unknown gunmen invaded his residence at Okokwa Idato North local government area of Imo State. This is coming barely 3 weeks after the first attack on his residence by armed men, which led to the deaths of 4 people, including his uncle. In addition, 32 campaign vehicles worth over ₦1 billion were destroyed. Adebayo also narrated that
we have been able to obtain sadly shows that the Commissioner of Police, Imo State Command, Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Barde, knows more about the attacks on Ikenga than he is telling the world. During the attack on the 14th January 2023, people who received the SOS sent out by Ikenga reached out to the Commissioner of Police and he assured them he had already dispatched a team to the place. Sadly, the team dispatched must have missed their way because more than a month after, they are yet to arrive at his house.
The coalition has accused the Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma and the State Commissioner of Police of complicity in the attack. They also accused Ebubagu and one officer from the Intelligence Investigation Bureau. The CP of Imo State is also accused of colluding with the ruling party in the state in seizing voter education and campaign material belonging to Ikenga and the People's Democratic Party. They were also accused of arresting and torturing those with the materials for 6 days without charging them in court or releasing them. With the fear of a possible attack on his spokesperson, CUPP calls on the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, as a matter of urgency to investigate the attacks and fish out those behind them.
On Ikenga have been politically motivated. We insist that the attacks are because of his revelation of the Omuma magic, and we insist that the governor of Imo State, Rootstv, has questions to answer, criminal questions. Beyond the attacks on Ikenga's person, his supporters, allies, associates, and materials have also been targeted. They now move from house to house in the Diato and other parts of Imo, harassing any person identified to be an Ikenga supporter and arresting some of them. They say whether the Inspector General of Police likes it or not, they will do what they want on election day. In fact, we have information and we verily believe in that Governor Rootstv has said that he will carry his chair on the 25th of February and sit in the Diato to see how Ikenga will survive. That after all, his own election is in November.
They also call on local and foreign observers to pay attention to the elections in Idato, as there are hints of possible election-related violence threatened by the state governor.
The fact that governors have immunity does not guarantee them to be behaving with impunity. I think we have to make that very clear. It is on this note that we invite election observers, both domestic and foreign, to note the Idato Federal Constituency election as a flashpoint that must be covered, as there has been promise of bloodshed by the governor of Imo State on the people of that constituency. Particularly, we invite the European Union, United States Embassy, the British High Commission, Canadian Embassy, all other accredited observer groups to ensure that they deploy to Idato and Idato North and South local government areas on the 25th of February 2023. We also invite the National Security Advisor, Inspector General of Police, the Director General of the State Security Services, and indeed all heads of security agencies and the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security to note Idato as a flashpoint.
The Public Relations Officer of the State Command, ASP Henry Okoye, was contacted but could not be reached for comments.